downstairs. Gotta have my bowl, gotta have cereal. Seeing everything, the time is going, ticking on and on. Everybody's rushing. Gotta get down to the bus stop. Gotta catch my bus. I see my friends kicking in the front seat, sitting in the back seat. Gotta make my mind up. Which seat can I take? It's Friday, Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, weekend. Friday, Friday. Getting down on Friday.
And you're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. As the song says, it's Friday. It's Friday morning, April 17th. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ocala. As we've made it to the end of another week, and that deserves some applause, as we've got a weekend coming up, a wet weekend coming up after some clouds and stuff move in for today, as we're looking at some rain on Sunday and a big front thing moving through on Monday to bring us some rain. But nonetheless, it's the weekend, and I think it's time to relax a little bit because the conversation's getting started. It's getting started in Washington about the ideas behind getting us back to some normalcy as we're making our way through April to get ourselves to May and maybe putting ourselves in a position to open things back up nonetheless. For what we've been dealing with the world pandemic of COVID-19 and all that good stuff. So good morning, everybody, as we're now 20 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour, as we're getting your Friday started, and I'm pretty happy it's Friday. I gotta say, I get to sleep in tomorrow. I'm excited about that. I wish it was going to rain, then that way I could feel even more cozy and comfortable as it was raining yesterday. But nonetheless, we've got a great show for you here today, as we do every day. Why not? The expectations for today's show is just like always. When we move in a little bit to the bottom of the hour, which we're coming up to, we're going to have our phone lines open, 622-9622, and tell us your plans for the weekend. Tell us how much rain you got. Tell us how green the grass is. Tell us something that makes us feel a little bit positive going into the weekend, knowing that there's one more full week of April, and I think after that we might be on the backside of this wholeheartedly in lieu of the pandemic to maybe get ourselves back to some normalcy come May, and I think that's worth being a little bit excited about. It's been tumultuous. That's the word I've been using to describe how we're dealing with this in a way, and everybody has been doing a little extra or a little adaptations to what their regular daily routines are, and whether it comes down to being a parent and having your kids now at home in lieu of the curriculum for school and doing that stuff online, to the adjustment of the finances and having to make those calls, to sit on the phone on hold to make those calls to your financial institutions, whether it be for your car payment, for the mortgage, for the cell phone, for whatever bills you have there, to make the adjustments, to wait on hold, to talk to who you need to talk to help adjust what needs to be adjusted in lieu of when we'll be getting back to normal, to make those payments. And that's daunting. Nonetheless, I did that the other day just to see what my bank was offering as they were advertising it as such, like, give us a call, high call volumes, give us a call and feel what we can do for you in lieu of COVID-19. And actually, I was going to say, with all that, with making the work and adjusting and being on the phone and trying to work from home and do all that stuff, I think everybody's ready to see ourselves come out the other side. And if they're starting to have that conversation in Washington of when we can get back to opening up our states and everything else, I think that deserves some celebration. And with it being Friday and the weekend, why not? And with that being said, it almost feels like we were. It was an onslaught of advertisements through the last few weeks of every corporation pretty much telling you, we're here for you together dealing with COVID-19. And you kind of saw how certain companies are like, yeah, we're hurting too, I guess. We haven't made the profits we haven't made. So we're in it with you. And you just remember to be responsible, but we're not going to do anything to adjust any payments or percentages or anything like that. But then you had some, when I'm thinking about like insurance, like car insurance and stuff like that, is some places were looking at adjusting the premium payments for a certain percentage. Some were deferring payments. And at the end of the day, it kind of made you see who's really good enough company to say, hey, let's sit on some values here and help, because they're going through the same thing. But then there's some that were just like high call volumes because we got a lot of people asking, and we're telling them that your bill is still due. Stuff like that. But anyway, as we're coming into the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour, I'm by myself in the morning, folks. As I get in here, I'm the only one. I get everything set up with pre-production, and it'd be nice to just shout at somebody in the morning, get conversation going. The first conversation I have of the day is with a cat, so I'm sometimes just trying to get into a groove, if you will, for the first part of the 7 o'clock hour, if you will. But from there, it's a great show. I never say at the beginning the show's great, but I do say, and I anticipate a good show later. So that's where we're at. As it is Friday, April 17th, and like we always say, it's amazing to see where we've come from the beginning of the week on a Monday, where we do the show from the weekend, and where we get to on a Friday. And, that means Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the meat and potatoes of the week. Wednesday's a little tougher with the hump day to know to come back on the other side. And it's been that way because of the coronavirus and the changes and the adaptations and the news and the convolution of information, and then the information that is really important, and then everybody being responsible to tell you to be responsible over and over again. And we know we are, but at the same time, the reminders are important. And I just think that the weekend gives us that little bit of mental break and that little bit of mental recreation, if you will, just to understand that, for those that usually work on a weekend who now aren't working, okay, that's a little different, but at the same time, it is a weekend and it's a weekend off. And I think that's where we take the time to, like I said, to just adjust a little bit to relax our minds. As last week being Easter holiday was a good way to think about everything in general, with a little reflection and thinking of family and the impact of all of this and how it's had and all that good stuff. Now this is a weekend to just know we're coming through it. This is chin up, if you will. That's right, chin up. Think positive. We're coming to the back end of it. I feel it. As we had a beautiful weather evening yesterday, as we had rain. Obviously, we had rain in the morning and we had cloudy weather, and then that broke apart with some really strong winds. But as it did, it made it for a gorgeous, gorgeous evening. Right now, though, a little bit chillier, 59 degrees, and somewhat overcast as I'm seeing breaks in the sky, bring us some blue as the clouds are moving out and around, although they're talking, as we were a clear, cloudless sky last night, that today is an adjustment for increasing cloudiness. However, we're going to see highs near 80, a little bit windier with winds 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the east, and that leads into the beginnings of wet weather for the weekend, as there's a 20% chance of showers before 10 p.m. tonight, with a low around 66, which is leading into tomorrow with showers and thunderstorms, mainly between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m., as remain cloudy, but a high near 83. Now, tomorrow, they're calling for some stronger winds. Chance of rain is 70%, and stronger expectations of rainfall amounts between a tenth and a quarter of an inch. As that moves into Sunday night, a little less chance, but then Sunday comes in with a 30% chance of those showers and thunderstorms remaining between 2 and 5 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. And then on Monday, scratch that, showers and thunderstorms mainly after 8 a.m. Chance of precipitation's 80%, and that moves into Monday night with 60% chance. So rain all day Monday, wet weekend, but nonetheless, it is the weekend, and it is Friday. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. WOCA Ocala.
Partying, partying, fun, 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 fun. Looking forward to the weekend. Yesterday was Thursday, today is Friday.
USA Radio News with Chris Barnes.
President Trump focusing on a move to the next phase of the war against coronavirus and reopening the U.S.
Based on the latest data, our team of experts now agrees that we can begin the next front in our war, which we're calling Opening Up America Again.
The president there saying the federal government's issued new guidelines for governors to get their states up and running again. He did say the strategy will continue to look after senior citizens and other vulnerable populations, but he says it will allow others to go about doing their jobs. Trump arguing that governors shut down the economy to try to win a war against COVID-19, and he says they are now in the process of winning it. He says in the end, though, the final decisions will lie with governors. Previously, he had said that he would have the final say in reopening the U.S. economy. USA Radio News.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right. Call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. Again, that's 800-871-3291.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Folks, we're proudly repeating this important announcement. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens is open regular hours Monday through Saturday, 9 to 4:30. The good news is that it's crepe myrtle time, and Bob Wines has crepe myrtles. More than ever before, in more colors and sizes than you can imagine. Right now, for example, the big number 4 size crepe myrtle, regularly about $30, on sale at $24.99. Take your pick from a whole bunch of colors. You also want butterfly and hummingbird plants. A super long list available, prices starting at just $9.99. Don't forget the tree sale. Bob has large trees up to 4 feet, starting at just $19.99. If you're considering a yard redo, let Bob Wines do the job for less and on time. Remember the place, Bob Wines Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, in the same blooming place since 1952.
On this episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Why is there a mariachi band in... Wait, are you digging up the yard again?
It's not what it looks like.
Oh, really? Because it looks like you're tearing up my yard right over the septic tank.
Okay, so maybe it's a little bit what it looks like. See, what happened was...
Wait, let me guess. The septic is backing up and you thought you were Fix-It Guy again and would take it upon yourself and dig up my yard?
That's Mr. Fix-It Guy.
Uh-huh. What do we say the new rule was?
No eBay when you're not home.
Well, yes, but not that one. If water runs through it...
I know, they do it. But this is septic.
Yes, Mike Scott Plumbing does septic.
I knew that.
Uh-huh. 866-314-4443.
I know. 866-314-4443. Got it.
And what's with the mariachi band?
You didn't say anything about Amazon.
On next week's episode of What Not to Do.
Aw, come on, an elephant?
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
I'm Jan from Palm Garden. The well-being and safety of our residents is our top priority and at the heart of every decision we make. There are no visitors permitted in our center, but family members are encouraged to reach out by phone or Skype, Facebook or FaceTime. Everyone is screened daily and wears a mask. New guests are tested and quarantined for 14 days. The response to these measures has been overwhelmingly positive. Thank you for your support and partnership. We are Palm Garden.
Is the internet driving business to your business? Hi, I'm Michael Warren with Brick City Interactive. At Brick City, we've been putting the web to work for businesses since 1998. We want to help you too, whether you're a real estate office, law office, medical office, manufacturer, retailer, a church, even a radio station like WOCA. We love to help businesses grow, and we have the knowledge and experience to make it happen. We offer professional, affordable web design, mobile responsive websites, search engine optimization, social media marketing, web video and promotions, online advertising, and more. Whether it's time for a redesign or whether you want to kickstart your existing website, let us help. Mention WOCA and we'll give you a free, no-obligation search engine optimization report for your website. This free report will give you practical steps to increase your search ranking. It's our gift to you from Brick City Interactive. Call us today at 352-351-1131 or visit us online at brickcity.com.
The Paycheck Protection Program under the CARES Act provides 100% federally guaranteed loans to small businesses. Available to businesses with fewer than 500 employees. Funds can be used towards payroll costs, rent, utilities, and interest on mortgages. Small businesses are encouraged to get, gather, and go. Get informed by visiting getgathergo.com. There you can gather the needed information and go apply as soon as the SBA program opens with local lenders. For info, visit getgathergo.com to get your business ready to apply.
Are you a medical provider that doesn't like to settle for the same boring scrubs? Scrub Paradise in Ocala has a wide selection of top brand scrubs with embroidery available and the newest medical shoes and accessories. Every medical provider should look as great as the care they provide. Scrub Paradise is just off Easy Street next to Shoe Carnival in Ocala. Stop by today or give them a call at 352-873-4368. That's 352-873-4368.
We are proud to announce the Conservative Watch Hour on WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM every Friday at 11 a.m. Hosted by Annie Marie Delgado, President of Trump Team 2020 Florida, and her co-host Ann Vandersteel with SteelTruth.com. We are serving a higher level of excellence, and we are the only program of this type in this market. Don't miss your weekly dose of conservative talk radio. WOCA 11 a.m. Fridays, 96.3 and 1370 a.m.
Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
Hey everybody, join me, Adam Mickulin, for AM Ocala Live on April 22nd at 10 o'clock a.m. with our special guest, higher education and speakers, Dr. Jennifer Frines, Associate VP of Career and Professional Programs, and Dr. Rob Wolf, Dean of Business, Technology, and Career and Technical Education, as we tackle the topic of retooling and preparing for the workforce. Again, that's April 22nd at 10 o'clock a.m. right here on 96.3 FM, 1370 a.m., The Source.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish, we also offer rototilling and fence row spraying. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Hi, this is Brittany from Mike Scott Plumbing. I wanted to take a moment to let you know that during these tough times, Mike Scott Plumbing is still here, ready to help you in every way we can. We know life doesn't just stop, and when it breaks, we know your plumbing doesn't just magically start working again. Mike Scott Plumbing is taking every precaution to ensure your safety by following and exceeding all the guidelines set forth by the CDC for COVID-19, as well as local districts. As an essential business, we are operating at full capacity to ensure we get your problem solved day, night, or weekends. We're all in this together. We hope you are all staying safe during these trying times. And remember, if water runs through it, we do it. 866-314-4443. Call day or night. That number again is 866-314-4443. Mike Scott Plumbing.
WOCA.
Low clouds followed by some sunshine today with a shower or thunderstorm in spots this afternoon. High today 84 to 87. Tonight warm and humid with patchy clouds and low 70. Cloudy tomorrow, high 87 to 93. Sunday partly sunny, high 89 to 93. Monday breezy in the morning, then cloudy with a thunderstorm, high 87 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian.
WOCA.
Low clouds followed by some sunshine today with a shower or thunderstorm in spots this afternoon. High today 84 to 87. Tonight warm and humid with patchy clouds and low 70. Cloudy tomorrow, high 87 to 93. Sunday partly sunny, high 89 to 93. Monday breezy in the morning, then cloudy with a thunderstorm, high 87 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
Hey, this is Matt from Crossroad Auto Sales. I want to invite you to come over and check out our vehicles. All of our vehicles at Crossroad Auto Sales go through a rigorous 100-point safety inspection. We work with most outside finance companies, and we even have in-house financing available. Stop by today at 1800 Northwest 10th Street or give me a call at 690-6695. That's 690-6695. Crossroad Auto Sales. We won't leave you stranded at the crossroad.
Ocala's favorite garden spot, Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, is open and they can provide curbside delivery. Here's what you do. Go to bobwinescamelliagardens.net or check the full-page color ad. Then make your choices, call Bob Wines, and they'll have your order for curbside delivery when you're ready. This week, check out the BOGO on blueberry trees and plumbago. Both buy one, get one free. Also this week, Bob has Bottle Brush, starting at just $15.99. Spring veggies in the jumbo 4-pack, they're only $3.49. Azaleas as low as $2.99. And Gerber daisies at just $2.99. Super low prices everywhere all over this 5-acre garden. Everything for your lawn or garden, plus all important free advice, too. That's only at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, daily 9 to 4:30, in the same blooming place since 1952.
The Centers is open for services. They can provide telehealth services via iPhone or Android cell phone or computer. Please call them at 352-291-5555.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA The Source Radio. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, April 17th. Made our way through this week of April here with a weekend on the horizon, a wet weekend on the horizon nonetheless, but we could use the rain, and gives us that nice little excuse to just relax on the couch and continue to binge watch and then get ready for what could possibly be a retooling idea of getting back to some normalcy. Now, out of Washington, the conversation has been towards that direction the last few days. Trump's new guidelines for states are aimed at reopening parts of the U.S., lifting coronavirus restrictions. Says out of Washington, President Donald Trump issued guidelines to states Thursday aimed at easing social distancing restrictions and reopening parts of the country, as obviously it grapples with the economic fallout of the coronavirus pandemic. Now, the White House strategy provided all 50 governors during a phone call to outline a three-phase approach to gradually bringing back parts of public life, such as schools, restaurants, and theaters, in certain areas based on evidence the virus is waning. Quote, "We are not opening all at once, but one careful step at a time," President Donald Trump said at the Coronavirus Task Force press briefing yesterday. Each phase requires a 14-day period of, quote, "downward trajectory of COVID-19 cases in order to move on the next phase. Qualifying for each phase will be judged on certain criteria for widespread testing for patients and healthcare workers, contact tracing, and hospital capacity." Vice President Mike Pence said the guidelines to the lifting restrictions could be implemented statewide or even by county. The first phase of the, quote, "opening up America again" plan requires states or regions to meet the criteria and continue practicing social distancing guidelines currently in place. The phase suggests these points. It says that the suggestion is requiring vulnerable individuals to continuing sheltering in place, practicing physical distancing in public, avoiding socializing in groups of more than 10 people still, minimizing non-essential travel, and continuing to encourage telework, work from home. Shuttered schools should remain closed, prohibiting nursing home and hospital visits, and elective surgeries can resume on an outpatient basis. As we talk with Galen, which we will hear at the top of the 8 o'clock hour, as we've known from the beginning of the month of March when all of this hit pretty hard, that one of the things initially was to give more area or space to the idea of hospitals needing to deal with COVID-19 patients, that they had canceled all elective surgeries. And like Galen says, that's a big bread and butter of everything for the income of a lot of hospitals. And it's a lot of jobs, too, as a lot of hospitals had to, so to speak, lay off a lot of people or just reduce quite a bit of hours and stuff like that. So, and the idea of this, elective surgeries can then resume, but on an outpatient basis. Bars should remain closed, but gyms can open up under physical distancing and sanitation protocols. So the idea of still having congregating areas still be closed, if you will. It's just the idea of still avoiding socializing in groups of more than 10 people and still maintaining the practice of the social distancing in public would come to a logical idea that the idea of bars for social gathering to drink would still remain closed. However, gyms or exercise areas can open up under physical distancing and sanitation protocols. But the idea of other things such as restaurants and that would be or open up. The second phase, under which states or regions with no evidence of resurgence that meet criteria for a second time can begin easing some of the social restrictions. Schools can reopen, non-essential travel can resume, bars could operate with diminished standing room occupancy, vulnerable people would still be encouraged to stay at home, All people should maximize physical distancing in public. And then in continuance, they encourage to telework or work from home. Gyms and bars could then remain open. Visiting nursing homes and hospitals still under the idea of prohibited for that, and under the idea that vulnerable people would still be encouraged to stay at home, and we wouldn't want to welcome too many people around those vulnerable people in lieu of visiting nursing homes and hospitals to still be prohibited. Movie theaters, sporting venues, and churches can operate under moderate physical distancing, which is fantastically obvious and easy for all Cleveland sports because there's hardly anybody in the stands to begin with. Elective surgeries can resume on an outpatient and inpatient basis so that the elective surgeries can then go back to some normalcy in its entirety. The third phase, Stage 3, level up, in which states and regions with no evidence of resurgence and meet the criteria, a third time lifts most restrictions. Vulnerable people may return to social settings while practicing physical distancing, and visit to nursing homes and hospitals could resume. Trump emphasized that the strategy is a gradual process, quote, gradual process, with some states opening sooner than others. The guidelines, he added, focus on the, quote, sheltering the higher risk individuals. The president said that some states could lift restrictions and send people back to work and open schools as early as, quote, tomorrow. Well, before the May 1st deadline imposed under the current guidelines. Now, Trump said 29 states are in the ballgame and will be able to open relatively soon. He declined to name which states have already met this so-called threshold for moving to the first phase of reopening under those guidelines. And, quote, we have a lot of states that through location, through luck, and also a lot of talent are in very good position, end quote. So the guidelines are voluntary, and governors will ultimately make the decision to lift stay-at-home orders and social distancing restrictions, Trump said. So you're going to call the shots, end quote. Trump told governors Thursday during that afternoon call. So right there tells you, like, conversation is in full head, and they even got phases. 3 of them. Hey, good morning, WOCA. You're on the air.
Good morning, Adam.
Morning, partner. How you doing today?
Oh, it's a beautiful day. It's going to be a nice temperature day, and it's going to be a great day to, if you want to do a little something in the backyard or whatever, you maybe take a walk or take your dogs for another walk.
That's right. And hey, it's Friday. It leads into the weekend. The premise of today's show is a little lightheartedness. We got the conversation in Washington about phases in which we could return to some normalcy for some as early as May 1st. I think you're right. I think today, still continuing the social distancing and all the personal responsibility stuff, but like you said, getting outside. Right. It's going to be a beautiful weather day, and start to think on a positive idea here, getting to this weekend. We're going to have a wet weekend, but that's okay. We could use the rain, but today is looking beautiful.
We can always use the rain. Yeah.
What did you guys get for rain yesterday there in the morning as a total? So I know the other day you told me about 2 inches.
We're getting close to 2 inches.
Yeah. Now they're expecting quite a bit come. They changed the forecast for Saturday. They were originally looking at like a 30% chance, but something changed to where they're really expecting some rain Saturday. Sunday's going to be lighter, but then Monday night, it's going to be some heavy rain and some showers and thunderstorms.
Yeah. Well, evidently the pattern has changed in our favor, so let's hope it doesn't get back to the old dry stuff again.
Absolutely. And yesterday it was what a day in Florida weather-wise, considering you woke up with some rain and some rainfall and some cool temps, and then boy, I tell you what, by the time it was in the afternoon for the sun to go down, it warmed up. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, and the wind was blowing. Man. Talk about a seasonal change of weather within 12 hours. That's Florida.
Right.
Gotta love it.
You know, with all this stuff going on, you know, they want you to stay home with your wife and the family and everything else, and that's been going on for quite a while and might still go on for a while yet. But, boy, you look down the line, you know, you know what? There's going to be a baby boom in about 9 months from now. You know that?
You think so? You think that'll come away with some kind of that'd be the quarantine
I don't know.
generation?
You know, you're spending all this time with the wifey and the family and that. You know, so you know, other than watching TV, you know, it's. I think in about 9 months from now, we're going to see a baby boom, and I think they're going to call the babies corona rights.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Or quarantine babies, the quarantine generation, so to speak. I get it. You might be right there. So let's see. Let's think about it here. So let's say we're taking both months, March and April. So that's, that's May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That means just about December and January of what would be the end of the year and the beginning of the new one, we could see the influx, like you said, of a little baby boom right around there.
Yeah, well, a little population boom. Yeah, that's it's probably good because we're losing a lot of people, I guess, and you know you got to replace what you lose. So you know, Mother Nature takes its course,
and that's how we are all connected in the great circle of life. You know what?
Okay, well,
I was going to say real quick. You know what? With that being said, what a welcoming idea to get into 2021. I think everybody's just about over how 2020 has gone, looking at a positive idea to get to the end of the year. You know what? If there was a little bit of a baby boom come January of 2021, what an interesting thing to say, hey, as a society, are we better a year from now than we were a year ago? That'd be kind of neat. That'd be like a neat little omen to the year before.
Right.
Yep.
How about a nice little name like Corona for the girl?
Yeah, and the COVID for the boy.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, anyways, it's a great Friday. Things are looking up, and I think we got a great future in front of us. So we've got to hang in there, and in the meantime, have fun.
There you go. Thanks. You appreciate it, partner. Excellent. That's right. So. Just going back to a little bit with the rain that's expected this weekend, we had quite a bit of rainfall these past couple days, which is good. But we're in the area of which we could use that rain, and if that means coming into the weekend with a little bit more, but we're having the conversation of coming out the other side of this to get back with these phases to some normalcy to open things back up. Hey, that's okay. That means we're coming to something here, and let it rain for the weekend. Let us get one more weekend in here where it's pretty much like knowing what we have to do and roll with it, and then come out the other side. But I like that. That'd be the premise of today's show. It's like we said, just staying positive. I think things are looking up. It is Friday. That's why Friday has a good feel. Friday has a feel. Sundays have a feel. Does Tuesday have a feel? I think Tuesdays have a feel. But anyway, with that being said, as we're coming to the top of the 8 o'clock hour, rolling with the show today, we're going to be talking with Life South Community Blood Centers with Galen as they've rounded out their week here, and with the talk in Washington about the idea of elective surgeries, maybe that coming back to fruition on an outpatient basis, it renders the concept and the conversation about blood donations, as the blood supply has been good because that has been part of the industry has been closed down, what that means for Life South and what we could expect when it comes to the blood donation. So we'll be talking with Galen for that. And then at the bottom of the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to touch on some news bits, as there's some good stuff leading into the weekend. And we're going to keep it a little light and entertaining too, as we, like we said, get into the weekend. And then at 9 o'clock, we're going to be doing our On This Day in History, and we'll have our phone lines open, 622-9622, and we'll carry that through with some other items and get us to the 10 o'clock hour, and then stay tuned. 10:30, we'll be doing, of course, rounding out our show with Ocala Magazine, and then stay tuned after AM Ocala Live here this Friday, as we, of course, bring in our next show, which we've been doing for a few weeks now, is the Conservative Watch Hour with our friend Annie Marie Delgado, as she hosts that, as we talk a little bit of politics, which it's going to be a good topic today, I can tell you, because of everything that they've been doing within Washington and the conversation, like I've been repeating about getting things back to open. I'm sure that'll be where the beginning of the conversation will go during the show Conservative Watch Hour. Stay tuned for that after AM Ocala Live at 11 a.m. So as we were just talking there with some of the expectations and the phases of the plans they're coming up with to maybe get, or the new guidelines, if you will, to get states reopened, as a lot of the conversation says, basically it's up to the governors, all 50 governors of their states, on how they would see to do it and what to do from there. So nonetheless, as we continue to have a good show for you, stay tuned as we're going to take our break here, and you're listening to WOCA Ocala, WOCA The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, and we're streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA The Source Radio. We're back after this.
I'm Chris Foster. President Trump says about 29 states are on track to start moving past some coronavirus restrictions in 2 weeks.
Because they've met all of the guidelines.
Like a decline in COVID-19 cases and flu-like illnesses that could be untested cases. The first phase in the new guidelines includes reopening